welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 221. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming by each week. Actually twice a week, because I do Saturday and Wednesday videos. And if you're a new viewer, thank you for stopping by. And if you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button down below. And if you click the little bell icon next to it and click all, that will let you know anytime I post a video, which is, like I said, always on Saturdays and Wednesdays. And then I also let you know of any sales that I find that are popping up. So let's get started. I have a finished object. Well, I guess, I don't know whether you consider it one or two. It's a pair of socks, so it's technically two. These are my forever socks. I named them that because it seemed to take forever to finish them. I knitted these on a US 1, basically a toothpick size. It's a 2.2 millimeter if you go by metric. And here's what it looks like. This is a twisted rib at the top, which just basically means that the ribbing stands out a little bit more. And then I did this little detail right here, which is some more ribbing stitch. This would be about where your Achilles heel is, because I just find it snugs up against the back of my ankle. I have wide feet at my toes, but my ankles are very narrow, so I just find this snugs up along it a little bit better. And I did a heel flap and gusset. So that's what that triangle is. That's my gusset. And then I have my toes. Now my toes are weird. I know they're done wrong, but I'm kind of strange, well, in many ways, but I'm kind of strange in that I don't like to feel seams where my toes are. If they rub my feet funny, I get calluses and blisters on my feet. So I do my seams on the outside. So there they are. That's why it looks so pointed. If it was turned inside out, I'll show you what it would really look like if it was a for real sock done the right way. That's what it would look like. But yeah, I cheat. I do my toes. I have always done my seams on the outsides of my socks, just because I just find them more comfortable. So here they are. I really should get a sock blocker. It'd be so much easier to display, but there they are. And these go up a little bit. They're a little higher than a slipper sock. Normally I just do my socks to about ankle height, but I took these up just a little bit. So yes, they are very dense. They're going to be very fuzzy and warm to be wearing. But I think when I make the next sock using the same yarn, and this yarn is Knit Picks, I believe. I'm not sure if this is Knit Picks or if this is Craftsy. I don't remember anymore. It's been a while. I bought this yarn a year or so ago. I keep thinking maybe it was Craftsy and I bought it right before they closed temporarily. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's very soft, it's warm. They are wool, but they are superwash. So yes, I can throw them in the washing machine. So that is my finished project. Then let's see, let's bounce back and forth between knit and crochet this week. You have seen the plaid blanket that I'm working on. And I said I was running out of yarn, and I did. Here's my next strip of my plaid afghan, and that's all the further I got. This is all the blue I've got left. I still have a little bit more yellow. Now here's a funny story with this. I was looking for more of this yarn. The blue is called Cornflower. It is Lion Brand Pound of Love, and the yellow is called Honeybee, and it's also Pound of Love by Lion Brand. So I thought, okay, I'll just go on Lion Brand's website and order some more. They're out of stock of my blue. So then I started looking at Michael's. They were out of stock. I looked at a couple other places, Hobby Lobby, every place I could think of. I even went on eBay and Etsy looking for it. I'm in the middle of looking for this yarn, and my brother sends me a text. I'm at Ollie's. Now, Ollie's is like a bargain outlet. He says they have got a big bin full of Red Heart and Lion Brand yarn. I was like, are you reading my mind or what? I am online looking for Lion Brand yarn. He was like, I don't even want to read your mind. That would just be too scary. Can you tell that we still joke around as siblings and we're in our late 50s? Anyway, but yeah, you gotta love a brother who is willing to dig through a bin of yarn as a guy going through a bin of yarn at Ollie's. But he did that for me because he called me up. He was like, okay, tell me what you're looking for. So he dug through the bin. They did not have what I needed. They did have one skein, I think, of Pound of Love, but it was pink. And he said, do you want pink? I said, no, that won't work. I've got to have this one particular blue. So that was of no help, although my husband and I are going to Ollie's because they do have this big yarn sale. It's like $1.99 a skein, and I've got a 15% off coupon. So guess where Katrina's going when I finish filming this? Yes, this is Friday afternoon. Yes, Friday afternoon. So I will be going there this evening and doing just a little yarn shopping, mainly because I have a giveaway coming up, and I'm going to buy some yarn for some upcoming giveaways. So, yeah, I did find the yarn. My dilemma was solved. I did find it. It was on joanns.com, not in the store itself, but online I found it. So it is on the way, but what am I going to crochet while I wait for the yarn to come in? Well, in the middle of all this, my niece on my husband's side of the family texted me and said, Aunt Katrina, we're having a boy. She's expecting her third. Anyway, that particular niece, I have made baby blankets for all of her children. This is her third. And it's a little boy. She has a little boy, little girl, and now she's having another little boy. Her first child, I actually had to make 2 blankets for because he became so attached to it that it was major meltdown time when it had to go into the wash. And he goes to daycare, so the blanket had to go with him to daycare so she would wash it when she came home. And he would have a meltdown until it came out of the dryer. So she had asked me, can you make a second one so I've got something to switch out with him so I can, you know. Yeah, so we did that, and then I made one for her daughter, and now I am making one for her next son, and she's going with a gray and white theme. So I wanted to be a little different. So instead of knitting, I'm crocheting, and I am doing is it an 8-point or 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an 8-point star. So I am doing this 8-point star in grays and whites. And the yarn I am using, I forget it's a basic pattern. It was free. I found it. I don't remember who it was by, but you know, they're all kind of the same. The yarn I am using for this is Just My Stripe, which I had, all of this is leftover yarn. It's all acrylic because I wanted to make sure it wasn't something that anybody would be allergic to or you had to do special care. It's a baby blanket. It's going to get puked on. It needs to be able to be washable. So I had some leftover Sprightly yarn. I had some leftover Just My Stripe in the gray and white. I know the Just My Stripe is called Licorice, and some of the Sprightly yarn, I think it's just called Charcoal. Sprightly is by Craftsy. Yes, Sprightly is by Craftsy. And Just My Stripe is from Lion Brand. And then I had some white yarn that I've just thrown in there too. So I'm just kind of changing colors and making it up as I go. So yes, that is this project that I've got going on. And the crochet hook I'm using is a 6mm. And these are my favorite crochet hooks with the little rubbery squishiness on the handles. I just find they're easier to grab. I got an entire set of, I think it was 11 or 14 for $9.97. If you want a link, it's down in my Amazon shop. But yeah, I love these. They use them all the time. I have 2 sets. Anyway, that's what I am working on and trying to get finished while I wait for my blue and yellow yarn to come in, because I ordered an extra skein of each. So I should have a big blanket when I finish. So this is my other crocheted project that I've got going on. Next I have my mitered square blanket, and I worked down the other side of it this week. So I actually put stitch markers so I could remember which side I'd worked on. So I did. This square was from last week because I came in this direction. So I did this row last week and I turned the corner. So this square was already there. And I've done this square and this square and this square, which is like baby colors. It's not showing up real well, but it's got some peaches and like a mint green in it. And this is like a tonal dark brown. And this one. This is just my stitch marker so I know what corners I did. So here is my blanket so far. I'm just working my way around the edges. So next week I will be coming across the top here. So just kind of, going around like this and getting it bigger each time. And this is just scrap yarn that I have. So yeah, that's my mitered blanket. It is a free pattern. It's called the Coziest Memory Blanket. It's free. It's by a lady named Kemper Ray. So, and I kind of am loosely following the pattern. I'm not sure how many stitches she makes her mitered square with. I make mine with 35. Has to be 35 stitches, so it's 17 on each side, and then the center stitch, which is what forms the spine or the miter. So then my last project is my colorwork sweater that I am working on, and I'm real pleased with how it is turning out. So here is the collar, and here it is all the way down so far. And let's see if I can show you where I was last week. This is where I was last week, right here, and I am down to here. So I've done about 2 inches, and this stitch marker here is just so I know where the beginning of each round is, because you have to be watching charts. I am on the second chart now. So the first chart took care of this section and up through to these solid lines here, and then this is forming right here. This is the second chart. Now if you're interested in doing color work, I am going to have a color work tutorial on Wednesday, and I will show you what the back of this looks like right now. There it is. It looks a little messy, but other than me showing it to you, nobody's going to see it. And yes, if you want to learn how to do this, it really is not as complicated as what it looks like. So yes, there will be a tutorial on Wednesday. So that's Wednesday's video. So that is what I have been working on this week. What have you all been working on? Now in my acquisitions, if you missed my Knit Crate unboxing where I hit myself in the head with the box, you can click the link right here and you can watch me smack myself in the head with the box. It's a good thing it wasn't a brick or a rock. Would have knocked myself out. Yes, so coordinated. But I'm still waiting for my third color of yarn, which is like a teal color. But I got 2 boxes. One is one that I pay for. The other one Knit Crate sends me for free to review. So I got one in each color. And the third one is coming. Like I said, it is a teal. It's not quite this color teal. It's more of a bluish type of teal. Kind of a turquoisey color teal. That's what it would be. This color is called Penumbra. The theme this month was called Shadows, like winter shadows against the snow. So it is a 70% superwash merino, 20% kid mohair, and 10% silk. It is super, super soft. There's 120 yards per skein, and it has a sheen to it. That's the silk in it. It has a little bit of a fuzzy halo to it. That would be the mohair. And it is a bulky weight yarn. It doesn't actually say on the label that it is, but it is. This is what the label looks like. It says Haze. And the coordinator this month, this was January's box, was Margaret Orlander from Sheepishly Sharing. So I have this color, which is Penumbra. And then I have 2 of this color, which is called Lucid. And it's a purple. It's not quite a mauve, but it's just a very muted grayish purple. And the third color is actually going to look really good with this. The teal color will look nice. And I'm going to put them together. I'm just not sure in what. I have some ideas. I did a shawl, quite a few years ago called the Shades of Wicklow, and it is done with a bulky weight yarn. So I might remake that and do that in these 3 colors. I have to check the yardage. So altogether, I will have 600 yards between the 5 skeins, because the turquoise one that I got, I just have 1 skein coming. I didn't buy 2. I just have the 1. So, yeah, I will have to see. I think I am definitely going to put them all together because they are really pretty together. So that is my acquisitions. Now it's time for... Now in our Come and Get It section today, we have Annie's. Annie's is offering until the 16th, so that would be Tuesday. They are offering 35% off of their downloadable patterns. You do need to use a coupon code EVERB4 in order to get your 35% off. But that's a pretty good deal, and they have their collections. They're probably getting ready to come out with their spring collection soon. But they have a lot of pretty crochet and knitting patterns over there. Knit Picks is having a book sale of up to 40% off. I think a lot of these sales are maybe because of Valentine's Day. Just my guess. But anyway, Knit Picks is having their book sale up to 40% off of their pattern books. Lion Brand is running a weekend sale. Now I did put out a little short video clip on it the way I normally do. Anytime I have a video or anytime I have a sale, I put out a little video clip, and you can always recognize them because they are yellow with black letters. Think honeybee, but anyway, I just figured they're the bold ones that are going to catch your eye. So anytime you see a video come from me that is yellow with black letters, you know it's some kind of sale that's come out. So Lion Brand is having a 40% off sale of their luxury yarns, which are their Lion Brand collection yarns. These are not your acrylics. These are the more luxurious yarns. So they run the sale every so often, and if you want to try out luxury yarn, this is the opportunity to do it at a really good price. You do need to use a coupon code LBC40 to get that 40% off, and it is on only select yarns and select colors, so make sure you use the link down below so you know which ones are part of the sale. So all of the sales that I'm talking about, the links are down below in the description box. Dollar Tree has a lot of yarn right now in stock. Most of it is Premier yarn. I looked at it the other day, and they have a lot of choices out there. The only thing I would warn you about with Dollar Tree is make sure you read how many you need to buy. Sometimes you only are required to buy 6. Other times they require you to buy the entire case, which can be 24 or more skeins of yarn. So just make sure you read it closely. I've bought from them before and I really liked the yarn. I have not knitted with it yet or crocheted with it, but it's in an upcoming project. And I got, it was actually 100% wool yarn. And so, yeah, they do have some good deals to be found, and you can pick it up in your local store if you order it and have it shipped to the store. There's no shipping charges, which really pays off too. It's definitely worth it. Or you can have it shipped to your house for however much it costs to ship nowadays. So those are the sales that I am aware of at this point, but if there's more sales coming down the road, I will let you know. I forgot to tell you what I'm wearing. If you recognize this, this is my the sweater I jokingly call the Jolly Green Giant. It's like a jade green. It is extremely comfortable. I will not buy this yarn again though. This is Bernat Softy Chunky, and I don't know how well it's going to show up in the pictures. It's showing up pretty good, but it has pilled and fuzzed up something terrible. I don't know if it's because it's just not twisted very tightly or what, but I mean, look at the sleeves here. You can see how they're all fuzzed up here? Yeah, not a fan. I've only washed this once, and it was supposed to be able to be washed in the washing machine. So I guess it's going to be hand washed. I've got to try to defuzz it, and hopefully it won't clog up my defuzzer. You know, I have one of those sweater cutter things that, you know, kind of zzz, you know what I mean? Electric, battery operated. Yeah, it'll defuzz this. But as thick as some of this is, and some of the strands are just so long, I'm almost wondering if I'm going to have to hand trim this thing. It's nothing like giving your sweater a haircut. But yeah, it is fuzzed up, and so has the other one that I made, this kind of a rust color. And the rust color one is really odd. I don't think this one does not have a weird smell. The rust color, kind of reddish one that I made, that is my favorite out of the two, every time I wear it, it smells like burnt lint. I don't know why. I haven't washed it yet. I'm going to be hand washing it after seeing what happened with this one. But I wore it for the first time the other day. I do like these sweaters. I mean, they are extremely comfortable. They're big. This one's like huge on me. I'd like to say it's because I've lost weight, but it's not. I made it a little big. But it is extremely comfortable. It's very, very soft. I'm just finding it's not wearing very well. But yeah, the rust color one has a very strange smell that I hope goes away, because yeah, I just feel like it smells like burnt hair, or like when you first turn your dryer on, or not your dryer, if you first turned your heat on after, you know, for the season, you know how it smells like burnt dust? That's what it reminds me of every time I wear it. So anyway, yeah, I noticed it when I was knitting it, and then I noticed it when I wore it the other day. So I'll have to let you know on that, what happens when I wash it. But I will be washing it by hand so it doesn't fuzz up like this one did. So that is it for today. Please stay tuned on Wednesday to check out how to do color work knitting. Thank you all for watching. Bye, everybody.